No, it is not okay to hit a woman unless she is posing a clear threat, e.g. a crazed out woman on drugs or Islam wielding a knife. That logic applies to everyone, not just women. Also, what's with the Islamophobia? There is no such thing as gender equality. Women are equal to men in their inherent rights and value. They are not equal to men physically. With great power comes great responsibility. So women are physically weaker? Great. Perhaps some of them should consider that before asking to be hit. Would you beat up a 6-year-old kid because it's kicking you in the shin? Considering that women are both physically and mentally more mature than children, this is hardly a good argument to bring up. Women are adults who should be and are fully aware of their actions. They are not children. I'm sorry, that's an insult to children, because even children are not coddled this much, especially boys. For some reason, society gives children more agency than they give women, and as a result, many people have less of a problem hitting children than hitting women. I mean, why else do you hear about violence against women far more often than violence against children? Why else do you see adults spanking children, but not even daring to touch a woman? Society is weird. No, you'd restrain it until it calms down. Same goes for girls. You don't hit a girl simply for the reason that she is far inferior physically. I take it you've never physically restrained someone before? Restraining someone without hurting that person isn't as easy as it sounds, even if the person is smaller than you. Here's an example.
What's going on? Knife. She got a knife. Where's she got a knife? Well, hold on for her. You got her?
See how difficult it is to restrain someone smaller than you? People can be unusually violent and strong under circumstances like this, so trying to restrain someone smaller than you can pose a challenge. You know, it's interesting how most of the men who say that men shouldn't hit women have never actually fought a woman before. Women can hit pretty hard, and they can and do use weapons and cheap shots such as groin kicks. Oh, and their nails hurt a lot. Have these men even fought their own sisters before? And even if you restrain a woman, you can still be arrested for it. Restraint can be a form of assault because you're holding someone against his or her will. So even if that's all you do, you can still be in trouble for it. So no, it's not as simple as just restrain her. See if you would say the same if it was your daughter. Really? You're going to use an emotional argument like this? Are you serious right now? I would, because I would expect my daughter to be held responsible for her actions. You just admitted you wouldn't want your daughter to be responsible for your actions. You hold women to a different standard of conduct than men. You are a sexist, outdated pig. A bit of a harsh response, but I agree with your main point. Women are not special, so they shouldn't be treated as such. I didn't admit that at all. So even if she was in the hospital with a busted up face and broken bones, I'm sure you would say, "Sorry, love, it was your own fault." That's a rather extreme example. Anyway, it's not that simple. It depends entirely on the situation. Of course, people are going to feel sorry for anyone who receives a disproportionate response to violence, but not every situation is like this. It is proven that most men are physically stronger than the woman. Uh-huh. And your point is? I do want my daughter to be responsible for her actions. And why don't the man phone the police then and deal with it that way? She'll be responsible for her actions then. Uh-huh. And then she can just lie to the police that he hits her. Again, what's your point? An eye for an eye is no way to live life. If we all done that, the world would be a terrible place as if it ain't already. Let me ask you this then. If a smaller man hit a bigger man and gets hit back, would you care? Probably not. Most people wouldn't, which proves that it is and has always been simply a matter of gender. In fact, I would even bet that if a smaller man hit a woman, people would still get angry. Men shouldn't hit women for the simple fact that a man can kill someone with a punch. Anyone can kill anybody with a punch. It's not exclusive to men. When women hit men, unless they are armed with a weapon, are not going to just cause a man grave bodily injury or death. Have you ever actually fought a woman before? Even your sister? They are not as weak as you think they are. I believe a man should hold their wrists or block their punches, but never strike a woman. You do know that restraining someone can actually escalate the situation by making that person angry, right? A slap or a punch, on the other hand, can actually end the fight pretty quickly. And why do people assume that every male has self-defense training? All a woman wants is a man's undivided attention. Sure, let's go with that. Tell me more about how a woman can't blind you with their nails. I don't think he can, to be honest. I'll smack your mom. No comment. You're exactly right, Rita Jen. Red Pill still lives with his mommy for a reason, and that's why he's bitter. There's no woman out there who wants to date this coward who proves his masculinity by knocking out a woman, says the man talking smack to an anonymous internet user behind his computer screen. Don't be a hypocrite. Pill probably pushes his mom around too. I rest my case. And here's my reply to the original comments. Men shouldn't hit women for the simple fact that a man can kill someone with a punch. Why do you people assume that men have uncontrollable force? They can hold back, you know. We're not the Hulk, Superman, or Spider-Man. We can control how much force we put behind our blows, and we don't even hit as hard as you think we do. Most men won't hit women that excessively anyway. This thing talking, I say thing as he does not qualify to be a man, is actually disgusting. To try and defend his behavior is absurd. Even if she slapped him, does that justify him punching her in the face and knocking her out? He has taken it to an extreme. A man is strong enough to restrain a woman if she attacks him. A woman is unlikely to be able to do so. The thing narrating this video has clearly never had a good woman in his life, and therefore has no respect for them. Just imagine what his mom is like, and we will probably find the reason these dogs act the way they do. Sad, pathetic, and shocking. Thank God I do not know any men like this! Exclamation point. Ooh, a co-tan shaming tactic. I totally haven't heard that one before. Seriously, grow up. The guy who made this video is such a fruit. He's a fucking whining little bitch. That guy knocked somebody out because they slapped him. He wasn't doing it in self-defense because self-defense is when you feel threatened and must defend yourself. The girl was about quarter the size of him. Seriously? A quarter the size of him? You've got to be kidding me. And was walking off. Secondly, there must have been a very valid reason why his fiancée hit him, so he probably deserved it in the first place. You're using this argument? Seriously? Why is it that whenever a woman hits a man, people think, oh, he must have done something to deserve it? Oh, wait, I know why, because men are agents and women are patients. Men are adults and women are children. Men are subjects and women are objects. Men are actors and women are acted upon. Men are perpetrators and women are victims. This is the bullshit that traditionalism started and that feminism perpetuated. I'm so tired of people displacing a woman's agency onto a man. It's so annoying and unfair. Women are perfectly capable of being held accountable for their actions. Stop treating them with kid gloves. Fair enough, if a girl held you up with a knife demanding money, then you can smack the shit out of her. But if a man slapped me like that for no reason, I wouldn't KO him unless he came back for more. I cannot believe you can support this behavior, and it shows how much of a pussy you are. I hope you reply so I can fuck you up with more words. Fucking sock robber. Aw, I'm sure he loves you too. Sounds like you're whining. And he is. Well, at least I'm not being stupid at the same time. No, but you are being ignorant and thoughtless, and that's just as bad, so... Your logic fails. Women are equal to men. That doesn't mean that they are the same. Men are physically stronger than women, and shouldn't use such force in retaliation. Same argument, different person. Next! But all the feminists complain that they shall be treated equally, but she did initiate the fight, and so deserves it. A wise Japanese man once said, "Little puppy doesn't know the danger of a lion." Now I'm starting to think that some of these people don't think that women know any better, when they actually do. That's pretty sexist of them. You just made my point. She slapped him. That's not what I would call a fight. The lion is equal in rights to the puppy, but the lion has more force and should know not to lay his full force on the puppy. Except that lions don't care about that. No, this means that you learn by making a mistake. A lion also won't hold back. But you learn not to mess with people who you know you have no chance against. Correct. Learn by making a mistake. Nobody gives you the right to come down on someone like that unless you're in danger or someone else is in danger. That woman is no threat to him. And you know this how? How on earth are you so sure that the woman in the video was absolutely no threat to Ray Rice? Simply because she looks physically weaker? Looks can be deceiving. So he doesn't have any right to have done what he did. If Ronda Rousey kicked your ass like that, I'd be saying the same thing, but in 90% of cases, the male is physically stronger than the female, so we often don't get that chance. No. Sorry, but I don't consider gender when I'm fighting someone. Once you initiate a physical conflict with me, you have lost all rights to courtesy. I'm going to use as much force as I need to take you out, and if that force involves slapping and punching, so be it. If she knows that he will eventually strike back, then don't do it. You also don't fight an MMA fighter and say, "Ooh, but he is stronger, therefore he must not fight back." If you engage, then you shouldn't be surprised if payday is coming back. Correct, again. No, a man should not hit a woman back. He should leave and call the police, and she should be arrested and prosecuted just as a man would be. Force is only permissible if it is necessary and of a reasonable degree of force. If a man hits a woman back, while he has an open escape route, then both parties should be arrested. Retribution in response to an assault is just another assault. I don't know what world you live in, but in this world, self-defense is not limited to running away. Fighting also counts as self-defense. Therefore, if I have to hit you to defend myself, I will. End of discussion.